Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Lucid Trading. And a very happy Easter to everybody. I think I'm going to be saying this several times as people are rolling into the live stream. Give me 1 second. Oh, just had to close the curtains. All right, I'm back. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to Lucid Trading on this beautiful Monday morning, the second Easter day to many of us out there. Hope you guys had a great extended weekend. Of course, the stock market was closed Friday because of, Good Friday. And, it's been a while. It's been a couple days. Markets are now going to be opening up in about 30 minutes. We're going to have an interesting time indeed. But yeah, welcome back. Make sure you tap that like button like always. Would appreciate that a lot. Let's get everybody back into the live stream. I think that would be very cool. Welcome back to Andrew, Julian, Chili Sauce, The Black Phenomenon, Piskian Vishal, and Anastasia, Vigintas, Mint Blueberry, Ubermensch, Logan, Rob, Aryan, Boss City, J-Dub, Chirag, Jay, Louis, let's see, did I forget anybody? Welcome back, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon. Long time no see, indeed. It's been a couple days. It's because of, obviously, Easter holiday, spending some time with friends and family. I bet a lot of people have been doing that, so I hope everybody had a good time, indeed. But yeah, we're ready to take on the stock market. As you guys can see, the Nasdaq is going up right now. It's up about 0.26%. Which is definitely a very good signal. I pointed this out previously that this was a resistance area. And what has happened here is we see the Nasdaq went to the 13,400s. It then came back to this support level, bounced off there, and it's going, right? So this is beautiful to be seeing. I think this could extend all the way up to the 13,600s if, things stay the same. Obviously, yields are also going up, but we did expect yields going up. Wasn't like we didn't expect this. However, a good signal is that it's trending downwards in this wedge kind of pattern. So maybe yields are going to go down here and just maybe move sideways, which would be phenomenal. If that were to happen, I think the Nasdaq for sure is going to get very close to the all-time highs, which I think a lot of people are going to be profiting quite a bit. Refresh your page, the Nasdaq is up 0.6%. Interesting. For some reason it's not refreshing, but I guess that's just trading view. But yeah, my prediction was to get to the 13,600 very soon, and I think we're on our way to getting there. Many tech stocks, EV stocks have been going up on the Nasdaq rallying. Goldman Sachs says the high interest rates are priced in. Yeah, I've been kind of saying this for a while, actually. It's priced in because the Nasdaq went down huge, and it's still down from the all-time high. Although you have to kind of think about this, because while, yes, it is priced in terms of what we've already seen, but if yields start moving up, you best believe it's not priced in, right? So if yields really skyrocket from here, it's going to impact stocks for sure. We could see the Nasdaq just go sideways if that's the case. But so far, we have not seen much. I mean, yields have not been going up that much more after the recent huge move that we saw to the upside. So that is very good news. Let's see. People are talking about C3.ai right now. Let's see. C3.ai. Let's see if I can grab that one. Somebody mentioned it. That's going up. Yeah, it's up like 5%. Or very close to that. It's up 4.3% right now, sitting at 71.9. Of course, it's not exactly updated yet in the pre-market. Yeah, so it was sitting at 68.9 previously. So it's up, yeah, 4.3%. So back-to-back moves to the upside. I think we're clearly in a reversal for C3.ai. So that's good news, yeah. I think C3.ai is going to be heading up. I think this will be resistance, right? The $85 to $90 level. It's going to be clear resistance. But if it passes through, I would say there's a huge probability it's going to fill the gap at the 120s. This is going to take a month, maybe 2 months. So it's not going to happen instantaneously. But yeah, definitely good news for C3.ai. Alright, let's see if the lighting is correct, because I did adjust something. I think it should be fine. Alright. I think I'm going to just say it again. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to Lucid Trading. I hope everybody had an awesome Easter so far. And happy Easter, of course. Make sure you tap the like button. Let's get to 50 likes. Let's get this going. Let's get everybody back into the stream for the first trading day of the week, Monday. The stock market is looking very nice today, and I think it is. It's going to be an interesting week. If this whole week is going to be green, I think we could see some really, really high levels coming in the coming weeks and months, going into the summer. Gara, Nasdaq is in the overbought. It's overbought. Well, yeah, of course. I mean, it's just moving vertically, right? So for the most part, I think it makes proper sense that it's overbought right now. It's not updating it, but it's up it's up way more than what it is right now. And it's also market open. It's not like the market is closed. It's just not updating it at the moment, which is really, really bad because I'm paying for this service. Why can't we see where things are heading? Maybe if we grab another one. The NDX probably. No, it's also not updating. It's not updating. But a lot of people mentioned that the Nasdaq is up more than this. It's up like 0.6%. I can see in my own trading app that it's up like half a percentage point. So I guess that is true. So it's sitting roughly in this zone right here, close to that 13,500 level. Thomas Webb coming in with a $5 donation. Thank you for that, Thomas. I'll take a look at Palantir. Thoughts on Palantir? Let's see. All right, so Palantir is now up to 23.78, so it's up about 3%. It says here, but I'm going to check right now in the market if that's actually the case. There you go, Palantir stock. Yeah, so Palantir's up is about 3 percentage points, and I've previously said in the past that Palantir was kind of. I think what's going to happen is it's going to gradually move to the upside here, and then on either right before the demo day or on the demo day, it's going to be moving parabolic. I don't know how that's going to look like, but in my estimation, it could move roughly, I would say, $10. Like it's usually like about $8 to $10. We get institutional buying, we get a lot of retail buying, and especially if we get contracts even after the demo day, this rally could continue. Actually, very similar to what we saw here. And if I would just use the patterns that we've seen in the past, we know that earnings, for the demo day that we had on the 26th, I think it was the 26th of January, we had two tops right here. It was our lower highs. It bottomed out right here, 23. We then had a slow rally to the upside, bottomed out right before the catalyst, and then when it happened, all the way to the upside. So we're seeing kind of a very similar pattern here, if anything. And then these would be the lower highs here. 1 second. So I would expect something similar to be happening. Bottomed out, it's going to slow rally to the upside. As it gets very close to the demo day event itself, it skyrockets. And I would expect to get to that 32. Why to the 32? Because if we go to the daily chart, there's a very obvious gap right here. Like a very, very obvious gap that has not been filled. So that's my expectation, that it fills this gap. And we've also got a MACD cross right here, which is a very bullish signal. We've got a fundamental catalyst on the 14th of April for Palantir. So I'd expect a slight move to the upside. People are starting to buy for the fundamental event, the demo day. Maybe it gets a contract. If it gets that contract earlier than expected, it could move right away. Like a good contract, not like a 7 million contract. Like I'm talking like 20, 30, 40 million contract. Well, we could see a 10-20% move just out of the blue. But I'm expecting that to be being the case after the demo day, right? So after the 14th, which is going to be the demo day, we could see some contracts. So I think people are going to buy in for the demo day. It moves up. If we get more contracts, or if we get contracts at all, it could move even further, possibly hit 40. I think for earnings, it's going to look even better, because I think there is a possibility that Palantir is going to report profits for this. So maybe in anticipation of that earnings call, there might be a lot of buying as well, pushing Palantir higher than 40 maybe. And then if there is profits, it's going to just shoot to 60. It's going to be ridiculous. It's going to be worth more than what Snowflake was worth at the all-time high. Yeah, that's just, those are my thoughts right now, just on I would say what I'm seeing in terms of like MACD, RSI, the earnings that I've recently seen and what they potentially could offer, the demo day. I think Palantir is still looking very, very attractive, especially because it's sitting so cheap. It's not like it's sitting at 30. It's not sitting at 35. It's sitting at 23. It was sitting at 20 like a couple weeks ago. I'm thinking Palantir, there is a lot of upside coming for Palantir. There's going to be a short squeeze. There's going to be contracts coming our way, potential profits on earnings. The market is rebounding. There are several catalysts which kind of convince me that Palantir is just a great buy, despite the fact that, Wall Street Bets is super, I would say a lot of people from that community are buying Palantir, which the media puts in kind of a negative spotlight, which I'm like, well, I mean, it's just retail traders, right? It's just people. I think despite it being a meme stock, I think it's going to do well. Same thing with Tesla, by the way. Tesla's also a sort of a meme stock. Everybody on Wall Street Bets had bought Tesla at some point. And it's going up huge because it had great deliveries. Which, I mean, what did we say for Tesla? The last analysis for Tesla. Okay, that is hilarious. That is actually quite hilarious. I actually didn't know that this was going to happen, but what was the mindset on this? Oh yeah, so I think it was Thursday. I think Thursday was the last time we analyzed Tesla. I thought it was going to initially fall down because people would get very anxious, like, oh, are they going to report good or bad deliveries? I even questioned myself, but I was like, yeah, they're going to probably be fine, and it's going to move up to the 700s, which in fact actually happened. So that's kind of an interesting one. I went bearish on it for a moment in the weekend. I was like, but yeah, eventually I was like kind of bullish on it anyway, because it was sitting at 660. I mean, if it's sitting at 660 and they deliver okay deliveries, it's going to move up to 700 like there's no tomorrow. It's sitting at resistance right now. I would say Tesla stock sitting at resistance. It's up 7%. So anybody holding Tesla, congratulations, you're making a lot of money right now. But yeah, I think it has to pass that resistance, and it's a very difficult one to pass. Maybe we can see something on the daily chart. Nah, I think it'll be fine. I think we might see some slight moves to the downside, but it's going to be uptrending even further. I think for... what is this? This is not earnings. Wait, what? I'm confused. Hold up. So, 1st of April. That doesn't make sense. Okay, that is a little bit confusing. Earnings is not the 1st of April. 1 second. Give me 1 second. Earnings, Q1, Tesla. Deliveries was... yeah, vehicle production and deliveries. Oh, okay, so they're going to be announcing when Q1 is going to be. Q1 earnings. Palantir received 87 million contract today. Yeah, it's a good contract, but the thing is, the contract itself, the money they'll receive it over time. It's not like they just receive that money. They're going to receive it over time in like 5 years. So by 2026, yes, they're going to get that money. It is bullish, but I would have to say it's not as bullish as when they receive like, oh, here's 30 million right away. So I would have to say that. It's good, though. It's good. It's definitely good news. I would say it's not bad news. All right, let's go back to Tesla. So deliveries was recently, right? So they really killed it. They had super deliveries, despite the shortages that we've seen. I'm expecting Tesla to go back to the 780s pretty fast, actually. I think the next coming weeks, until earnings, we're going to see a big run. They're going to do fine. This happens as we see the Nasdaq also kind of rebound on its way up. Palantir always has continuous revenue streams from long-term contracts. Well, yeah, for the most part. It depends on how much they get initially. They get like 7 million initially, which is good, but it's not like, hey, here's 20, and then there's 20. You know, like, we'll have to see. Jude Jr. Jacqueline coming in with a $5 donation. It says, in order for your TradingView to update pre-market and after-market in real time, you have to buy extra market date on TradingView. Think it's worth it. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that then, because I didn't even know that was an option, to be really honest. I thought, this is how it is, but I'll probably look into that. Thank you so much for letting me know, Jude. Appreciate that donation as well. All right. Okay. All right, so I think for Tesla, if I just do another analysis, so first we have to appreciate this prediction. I mean, I drew this on like Thursday. Came down, boosted up to the 700s. It's now sitting right at that level that it's pointing at, so that's really good. Okay. So we have a big gap there. We also have a trend to the upside there. Resistance is right about there. But they have good news, all right? There's a lot of positive momentum. We know that if there's positive momentum, I mean, that's just fantastic. It will just keep uptrending. The daily chart was looking really good. I don't know if it's just going to run. That's the only kind of doubt that I have. I think most definitely it's going to create like a higher high, slightly drop, and then just keep running. But we're going to see what happened on the 30 minutes. Yeah, it's just a big gap to the upside. It would be lovely to actually compare to deliveries that we've seen in the past. But recently we haven't had these kind of gaps to the upside. But yeah, usually when the stock is down 30% and deliveries are good, most of the time you see huge moves to the upside for Tesla stock. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's gonna probably head back to the 700s. My estimate is gonna be it's gonna sell back to the 700s, and then it's gonna bounce again above. Something like that would be quite feasible. So, how would that look like? Let me grab a trend line. So something like this, where it would potentially come down, test, and then run to the 750s. Yeah, 750s, roughly speaking. That's a good level to to start off with. It could do it right away. If the markets are really, really positive, I think Tesla stock could just go up like 15% in like a couple days' time. But I think if anything, we're going to see a slight pullback, because you have to also consider this. From this bottom, before deliveries, until deliveries itself, it ran, how many points is that? That's like 120 points. Usually you see a correction happen, or a tiny correction happen, after a catalyst like this. So maybe like a couple percent. It consolidates, and then it starts running again for the next catalyst, which is earnings, of course. People are going to buy in for earnings, which is going to be in May, I believe. Which, like a month before earnings, when, you know, we've got all these catalysts going on for Tesla stock in general, I think is not that bad. I think a lot of people are going to be buying into Tesla stock. We're going to see a lot of positive momentum. They're doing really well. All right, let me see what's happening in the live chat. Someone here donated last week. I said there's so much. Yeah, what is a good entry point for Palantir? I think anything. By the way, I am not a financial advisor, so don't listen to me regarding everything. This is not financial advice. I am just educating and entertaining. I think a good entry price, my personal preference, a good entry price would be like below the $25 for me. That would be very nice. Anything above 30s, it's a little bit, you know, overly done. It's right now below 25, so it's kind of decent for Palantir. It's still cheap. It's still very cheap, I would say. Let me check my own stock. Yeah, there's about 10 minutes left until the market's going to open, guys. Make sure you tap that like button. Let's get to 100 likes right before the market opens. I would appreciate that a lot. That would be really, really awesome. AI in the 70s. Yeah, AI is doing really good right now. Let's get to 100 likes, everybody. I think it's doable.
You're welcome.
What? My watch sometimes picks up my voice and thinks that I'm talking to it. It is a weird world we live in. What's happening with C3.ai? C3.ai is going to the 71.8. It's up 4.3%, roughly speaking. I mean, that's pretty good. Say not bad at all. All right, so I want to cover what is happening with XPeng. Hey. XPeng's also moving up. I mean, for the most part, XPeng is going up because Tesla's going up. I mean, it's as simple as that. Sometimes it's just like that. You know what I mean? Like, Tesla goes up, every other EV maker goes up as well. I think CCIV has been following this pattern beautifully. Absolutely beautiful. We drew this on the 24th of March, actually. And initial thought was, okay, it's gonna probably drop again. Was looking a bit overbought. And then as things go more bullish, you know, the market goes into April, we see more and more movement to the upside. I think CCIV is still looking pretty attractive at this price, 24.5. It's not bad. I'd say it's not bad indeed. Let me check his daily chart on here. Yeah, there you go. You can see right here for C3.ai. I always get these intermingled because they both start with a C. CCIV, given that the MACD is about to be crossing, it looks like CCIV will be moving up towards the 27, 28 price range. So that's approximately a 15% move to the upside. Not bad, I would say. Not bad. And we're getting the merger soon in like, I would say 2 months, which is, I think CCIV is going to be a great play for the merger because it's, you know, it's going to be, the ticker is going to change. It's going to be Lucid Motors instead of CCIV. Although the valuation, it's not cheap, but it does seem like momentum is carrying to the upside. So anybody holding CCIV, I think there's some upside coming for CCIV. Hey, Gara, I'm here. We can start now. Exactly. Right. Let's see. Screen brightness. Okay, maximum. There you go. Yeah, so the Nasdaq tries to update, but for some odd reason, it's having a tough time. Just bring my chair. There you go. Neo. I'm still bullish on Neo. AI. I really wish it would update. but it's not updating right now. I'm probably gonna get the option to get that pre-market and after-hour information just exactly like it is. I think you've got to get an additional, I would say, I think you have to pay extra for that. RTP, what is RTP doing actually? Yeah, I was bullish on this. It's so far not actually rebounded yet. MACD did cross. Yeah, they don't have revenue yet, so. Let's check the 4 hours. No, they haven't rebounded yet. What's the market cap? Yeah, it's gonna mostly depend on, like, there needs to be one institution that decides, like, hey, I'm gonna get in here now, and it will push upwards. Because for the most part, I think it's very promising. The merger has to happen because it's still a blank check, of course, and I think there's not a whole lot of risk here in terms of where it previously was. It was sitting at like $17. I think the risk is pretty much gone. So buying in at these prices, I mean, it's not a whole lot of risk. Yeah, it's still looking bad on the short term, though. Like, it's kind of, there's this resistance here. It just doesn't pass through. There's not enough volume. You can see that the volume is mostly bearish and just not on the same level that it used to be. At least in this zone. But I think that excitement is going to come back as markets rebound. So in the coming weeks, it will be an interesting stock to be watching. SPX. Oh my. Let me check S&P. What is the S&P doing? 4 more minutes, by the way. 4 more minutes until the markets are going to go open. SPX is about to be reaching, I think, proper resistance, right? No. There's room to be running. It can go to the 4,200s. Just on where the trend is heading. Weekly charts. Recently crossed, so we're kind of moving very parabolic at this moment. It looks ridiculous. Yep, we're going parabolic. Yeah, RSI pretty high, MACD's pretty high. I'm expecting this to last maybe like a month before we see another like solid correction. What do you think about Mara? Yeah, Mara. Whoa. Wow. Mara. That is not bad. What is happening with Bitcoin then? So it's up huge, right? So we see Mara's up huge, but Bitcoin is maybe Bitcoin hasn't updated either. How is it that Mara is sitting that high and Bitcoin is kind of moving sideways? That is interesting, I guess. Yeah, Mara is sitting at resistance. We did say that Mara was going to go to the $60, right? So I've said this in the past. And if we can trust like recent patterns, let me just grab. It might be that we can get close to that $70, if anything, before we see it like properly top out. I'll say between the 60 and 70-ish, that zone right there. Especially if we see Bitcoin run here. I mean, there's still room to be running. We've seen the overbought was hit several times If it hits this overbought, it's going to be sitting at like 60 or 70. So I'm going to say there's more room to be running. But then the question is, what's the 4 hour doing? And what's the 1 hour doing? It's going to move sideways, right? So it's going to move sideways potentially and then gradually go to that trend line. I think there's more room left in Mara, but it would probably fall off a cliff right away when it hits that level. Like almost instantaneously, it will fall off when it hits this this zone right here. Similar to what we saw here and right there. Just a huge drop off, but it's going to be dependent on Bitcoin, of course, as well. All right, so the market is open. Market is open as we speak. Tesla sitting at 707.5. It is slightly selling off, up 7%. XBang sideways. Neo is up 1.7%. AI is up 3.8%, looking green. Palantir is up 2.3%. Snowflake up 0.4%. So overall, I would say pretty green. For some reason, the Nasdaq is not updating, and so. Or just the indices in general are not going open. Really, really strange from trading view. Tesla still going down as expected. I think it could pull back all the way to the 700s. 1 second. Gara, are you seeing Tesla? Yeah, I am seeing Tesla right now. It looks very attractive, but right now it's pulling back. It's pulling back because the news has already propagated. And so people are taking profits. They're kind of reevaluating, like, okay, is Tesla still, worth the $700? And, well, maybe new positions may arise, and then it moves up. But for now, I think it's going to sell off slightly. Of course, it's up 6.3%, but I think it's going to dampen down a little bit, which is happening right now. Look how bugged this is. This is making no sense. Yeah, the Nasdaq is not updating. It for some reason, it's just still stuck. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I think I'm doing nothing wrong. It's just how it is right now. Yeah. So confusing. S&P is not updating either, I think. Or is it? I don't know if you guys have the same problem with TradingView right now. Yeah, so I thought that yields would be going up, right? Instead, what happened was, well, it went up, of course. It's up 2.8%, it says here. It hit the resistance, where this was kind of resistance, and it fell down. So that goes to show you, yields are kind of looking flat, looking pretty bad, which is good for stocks. The daily chart, you can see MACD is still moving down. Let me see if I can, there you go. So that's the MACD for you. It's moving down right now. Generally speaking, it moves down for like a whole month. So we could see a whole month of just flattening of yields, which would basically entail that it's going to move sideways for like a whole month, which means that the month of April could be the month where we see tech and growth stocks in general prosper in terms of stock evaluations. Tesla is now seeing a bit of support, I believe. Let me check Tesla. There you go. So Tesla's now going down slightly. I'm still thinking it's going to go to the 700s. It's going to touch it. Or did it already touch it right there? 701. Got very close. There you go. Yeah, it's going to just kind of come down, consolidate, and then we're going to see another big move. Well, big, couple percentage points, and just slow rally to the upside. Yeah, there you go. For some odd reason, it's not updating. I don't know why. Oh yeah, so the number is not updated, but you can see it's sitting at 13,450. So it's just this number that's not updating, which I guess that's not much of a problem. We'll just make it a bit tinier, because then this is more important. Okay, so Nasdaq sitting at 13,450 and still moving up. I don't like what's going on with the RSI. I think we're going to be topping out very soon on the short term. You can see Tesla still moving down right about that zone. It's going to be coming at the 700s. Oh, look at that. AI is pulling back. Palantir pulled back slightly as well. Let me check what's happening there. Okay, so fill the gap. It's now falling down. It's going to the 70s. So now the idea is going to be for C3.ai. Will it actually hold this kind of trend? This has been the trend. 1 second. There you go. This has been our little bullish channel for about, I would say, a couple days, couple trading days, right? So because the markets were closed for a while. If C3.ai can hold this bullish channel, now it's going to move to the 80s by the end. I would say by probably Wednesday or something. So yeah, the next move would be for C3.ai to just kind of move sideways, to be honest. Similar to what we saw there. Sideways movement. Move sideways and then move up. It's going to be fine. Palantir is looking a little bit weak. It hit the resistance in the pre-market, came down. This is despite the fact that they got a new contract, which for some reason is not enough for Palantir to be moving up more than just 2.4%. But then again, also seeing a trend here to the upside. It's very good to be seeing, especially considering that the MACD and RSI and EMAs are looking good. Because it hit the 100-day moving average on the daily chart. It bounced off. And it looks like we're about to see a proper rally for the 14th of April, which is going to be the demo day. Check big tech. Yeah, let's take a look at big tech, actually. Google is skyrocketing, sitting at all-time highs, up 1.7%, a whopping 1.7% across the MACD here. We did expect this. I did say several times it was going to move up to the 2,200s. It's getting there now. It's getting very close. Google is absolutely killing it. I think it would be nice to see it go to the 2,250s. That's going to be proper resistance. When it reaches that level, it will be game over. For a while. I think for a while it's going to move sideways or downwards, actually. Since the the market cap is sitting at like 1.4 trillion. Well, yeah, technicals do look very bullish on Google, to be honest. So we'll have to see. Apple is actually kind of moving sideways. It's only up like 0.6%. Same with Microsoft, by the way. Not moving a whole lot, but it is definitely trending up. Amazon moving sideways as well. It's just Google winning. Alphabet just time over time winning. What's happening with Facebook? Facebook also looking super good. Up 1.1%, sitting at 300. But yeah, their market cap is could be expanded on, I think, given that they're kind of in many marketplaces. Let me check. What is this? I think I think it's not looking that attractive, is it? Well, yeah, the weekly chart just crossed. So it could reach 400 by like the end of the year. So yeah, there is a lot of room left for Facebook, to be honest. To be really fair to Facebook. On the short term, I doubt it. You know, I think it's probably going to reach another all-time high, go up like 10, maybe even 15%, top out, move sideways, and then eventually see a bigger move, probably nearing the end of this year. But for now, I think it's looking fine as it is. Yeah, so Nasdaq sitting at 13,450. There you go. Still moving up. It's in the overbought. MACD is also rallying up. We've seen higher MACD levels, so we could potentially see more upside. 30 minutes is definitely indicating there could be more coming. So the 13,600s, that will definitely be in sight. Which I did point out that could be the case on Thursday. Palantir is breaking out, somebody says. Really? Oh, there you go. Palantir is going up 3.8% now. Almost, yeah, there you go, 4%. Lots of momentum coming in on Palantir. 1 second. I'm going to adjust my own Palantir positions if that's the case. Maybe take a tiny bit of profit. Or not. I'll just let it... I think I could just let it be. What am I going to do? Yeah, I'm just going to let it be, whatever. I'm up huge on my Palantir positions right now. I'm just letting it be. I think it's going to be whatever. It'll be fine. AI struggling again. Look at that. It hit 70, is now falling down. I don't know if the price is actually updating all the time, though, with AI. But yeah, it is falling. Yeah, it's sitting at 69.7. But it doesn't look that good on the technicals either, to be honest. Short term, it looks like it's going to go down slightly and just go sideways. And then potentially bounce after. But yeah, Palantir is doing really nice right now. You can see it jumped. I think there's more coming. Although we're going to have to see. So it's the 5th, right? It's the 5th of April. Demo days in this. Yeah, it should be doing really well. We should see Palantir actually go to the 25, like in the coming days. Maybe even today, right? For all I know, it could be moving to 25 today. Yeah, this could keep going. This is looking really, really good. There you go. Tesla's now doing what I said it would be doing. We're just moving down because the news has already caught out there. You know, people already know about the deliveries. So they're now selling, taking profits. And it's going to bottom out very soon. I think in this zone, right? So that 695 zone, it might bottom out there. Consolidate. But it's looking a little bit more bearish now. Huh, interesting. But yeah, it's let me check the 5 minutes. Yeah, it's still falling. 697. Well, of course it's up 5.4%, but it's falling right now in terms of like after opening up. And it's this huge gap, right? So keep that in mind as well. If we get some bearish momentum, it's going to go to 680. But right now, the Nasdaq is up 0.7%, so I don't think that's going to be possible here. But it's definitely able to move back to the 695, which it's doing right now. Palantir's up 4.5%, really? Oh, darn. Look at that. Palantir going up. Let's see. Can we draw a trend? Yeah, so like I said, 25. I'm looking at 25 on Palantir to be reached on the short term. And we're getting there. We're getting closer and closer. Lots of momentum is coming in. And we're seeing Tesla still falling. Xpeng going negative. Neo 1.7% to the upside. We're going to see some more sideways movements. Oh, look at that. Palantir is now up 4.85%. Oh, my whole portfolio is... well, it's definitely looking a lot greener than I expected. Yeah, so we're about to be seeing some resistance here. We're about to be seeing some resistance here. Yeah, that zone. It's running though. Palantir is running. See if I take some profits. Yeah, I'm taking profits, like reinvesting it almost instantaneously, because I think it's still cheap. It's below 25. It's still looking attractive. I think there's way more room coming to the upside. One second. All right, cool. I have to do some things in my own portfolio. Richard Brewer coming in with a $5 donation. Thank you so much. Richard says, what price do you think Palantir will hit by the 14th of April? I think at least 30. It could fill the gap there as well to the 32. So let's just say 32, right? So 32 would be my own price target for Palantir, right? So Palantir is running, yeah. Yeah, I mean, of course, this is resistance. Like I said, it's going to... There you go. It's going to start falling here. But yeah, it's looking good. Looking good. There's a lot of momentum coming in. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of things to be excited about with Palantir. At some point, it was up I think it was up 5.3%, which is definitely not bad. It's good stuff. What is happening with Gamestop? One second, let me check. What the hell? Why does it say pre-market? This is so confusing. I don't know what is happening with this platform. GameStop's still sitting at like 173. Darn it, man. Even after the share offering that they're going to be doing, they announced they're going to be doing that. It's still sitting at these levels, which is like mind-boggling. It should be going up. It should be going down, right? They're going to increase the share supply, but apparently that's not going to be happening here. Wow, the Nasdaq is up huge. This is, by the way, for some reason, TradingView is completely just not working or something, because this is not what's happening. This is what's happening. 13,480. Nasdaq is going up in one vertical line to the upside. Tesla is now bouncing, right? So right where I thought it was going to be bottoming out, it's starting to bounce. And Palantir is seeing resistance there. There you go. It's up 4.9%. Will it keep up? Will Palantir keep up the pace? What's happening with Virgin Galactic? Let me check Virgin Galactic. Yeah, so I was bullish on Virgin Galactic for the most part. It's sitting at 30. I think it's going to go to 40 very soon. At least very close to those levels. Daily chart. It's already crossed on the MACD there. Look at that. MACD is still sitting very, very low. So I think most probably it's going to move move more to the upside, if anything. One second. Give me 1 second, guys. Alright, I'm back. Just had to pick up a call. Sorry for that. Alright. Okay, so what's happening with Palantir? Palantir, it's having a tough time getting to the 25. But yeah, we'll get there. I do think we're gonna get there very soon. Tesla's rebounding. Look at that. Tesla's already it's above the 700s, and as we speak, it's moving below it now again. The Nasdaq just keeps going. Look at that. It's about to be reaching the 13,500s here, which is truly impressive because it's showing a lot of strength, despite what we've seen. The S&P is sitting at 4,057, sitting at all-time highs, and still going up. Dow Jones, same story, 33,400. And there's no stopping it. So I think for the most part, everything is going up. Value stocks are up. Banks are up. Recovery stocks are going up. The hypergrowth stocks, we've got the big tech is up. Now officially, just whoa! Look at this. Apple 124.9, Google up 2.7%, almost at the 2,200s. This is crazy. Amazon is now up 1.3%. We've got Microsoft 1.6%. So big tech is moving, small tech is moving, EV stocks are moving. Everything is going green, aside from crypto. Crypto is red. Gold is still red. Very, very fascinating. And you got yields spiking 3.6%, and it just doesn't matter. It's already priced in for the most part. This is beautiful. I mean, this is exactly what you want to be seeing in the markets. Russell 2000 about to cross bearish. What? It's down. Oh, it's down. Oh no, it's not like we predicted this. No, we said that the Russell 2000. I mean, it was kind of obvious it was going to go down here. It's already like it's up huge, right? So the Russell 2000 is going to move sideways for a longer time period. It doesn't mean it's going to crash, but it's going to mean, hey, it could go up and down for a while. Like we could see it just move sideways until June or something. But that doesn't necessarily mean that it has to crash. It's not gonna move much. So yeah, it's happening right now as we speak. It's about to be crossing on the 4 hours, which we did. We predicted this on the 30th of March, which is a week ago. And the idea is that it would go to this lower zone and then maybe seek support and then start going up from there. But for now, the Russells is moving down, which is of course bad for the smaller cap companies. 1 second, I'm gonna look at my Palantir positions. There you go. Yeah, I took profits, reinvested, because I do think Palantir is going to be moving more. Good stuff. Yeah. Okay. Russell's, yeah, it's going to keep going. Now, this is not going to stop. This is probably going to keep going. I don't think this is going to crash. I think it's going to move down a little bit further, plateau in this zone, and then bounce back forth. Yeah, you see Tesla is still struggling. Look at that. Still struggling in this zone. It's going to kind of consolidate. You know, it's going to consolidate, move sideways, probably for the whole day. Probably. The Nasdaq is, what is happening here? It's almost sitting at 13,500. I think it touched it. Yeah, it touched it for a second, and then right away came down. It's going to retest it here. Probably going to retest this zone. Dow Jones, what's happening here? Dow Jones gapped up as well, and it's just kind of not doing a whole lot there. I think, yeah, I think the Dow Jones is not going to be moving that much. Pretty much. Let me check the daily chart. Yeah, it's going to kind of move sideways. What's the SPX doing? SPX is at 4,060. No stopping there. Still going up. This is mostly being carried by big tech, I would have to say. Especially Alphabet, just absolutely murdering it right now. Alright, let's see. Gara, check SKLZ. Yeah, so I thought it was going to bounce here in this zone. So far, it hasn't really happened, to be honest. I mean, yeah, well, yeah, it moved to like a couple dollars, like $2 or $3. But I'm expecting it to go to like 22, 23. If it's really bullish, hit 25. But it's rallying very slowly in comparison to what we've seen in the past. So we'll have to see if that's going to happen. Okay, Tesla pulling back. I want to sort of check out these recovery stocks. Yes, yeah, Hilton was looking very positive. So I drew this arrow like, hey, Hilton is just going to shoot upwards here. And it did, you know, it moved from what? 120 to 125 for a recovery stock like Hilton. That is not bad. That is definitely pretty good. And I would expect it to go to the 130, so it still looks very bullish. In fact, it's going to be breaching the MACD there as well. So recovery stocks are doing very well. What's happening with American Airlines? Up 3.7%. Carnival Corp is booming. Check the 4 hours here. Yeah, big candle there. Similar to what we saw in the past. I'm expecting it to hit resistance and then come down. At least that's my idea. Like, probably go up a bit more, come down, seek support, and then move up. Yeah, more upside coming for the cruise lines, for the airlines, just in like recovery stocks in general are going to be doing very, very well. Microsoft, speaking about doing well, Microsoft is moving quite fast here. Wow. It has filled the gap. It's up 2% almost. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's roughly, I'm looking at 260, 270 for Microsoft in the coming weeks. I would say for the whole month of April. It could be possible. Gara, can you check BNGO? Yeah, I don't know. It's not quite moving as I expected actually. Technicals are looking good. It's just we need some momentum. We need some volume, some momentum. Because volume has not been impressive. So once we get some volume, I think we could see some proper moves to the upside here with Bionano Genomics. And that $10 is like that threshold. I would say $10 to $11. It's going to be moving there. But I think what we're seeing right now is we're seeing money go to the big tech companies. We're seeing money go to some smaller tech companies, but not the smaller ones. It's mostly big tech that is going up huge. And recovery stocks, some banks are going up slightly because of yields going up. But I would say we're gonna see small cap stocks go up maybe a week from here, or at the end of this week. We're gonna see that happen more. So it starts off with the safer assets, and it's like, hey, let's, the money gets rotated into these smaller cap stocks as well. Wow, AI is almost pulling back all the way. It was up, I don't know if you guys saw it, but it was up like 4.5%. It's now sitting at 69. So that huge candle to the downside there, very, very bad. That's not what you want to be seeing. It sold off all the upside, so it gets to that price and suddenly lots of selling pressure. People wanting to get out. Palantir also down a percentage point here, but it's still looking good. Still looking, let's see. It hit 13,000. It's coming down slightly now. Sergey Caprian coming in with a $5 donation says, can you check Nano Dimension? They've been doing so bad lately. Well, there's a good reason why that's happening, but thank you for that donation, Sergey. Yeah, so they had a share offering. The Nasdaq was down huge. Small caps were suffering most. Companies that are burning money, look at that, they're burning money, and their revenue is not really compensating for it. Those kind of companies are doing very bad because of the yields being up. So you have to always keep that in mind. If we see a rally in the stock market, companies like Nano Dimension are going to be the last kind of companies that are going to be going up. But if they do go up, they go up huge. So I'm sort of expecting them to be coming back up here as well. Same for Bionano Genomics, to be honest. They're kind of in the same bracket. To be honest, they have the same price for a share, which is kind of coincidental. Yeah. Both Bionano Genomics and Nano can't even speak anymore. Nano Dimension are looking good on the MACD and RSI on the daily chart. It's just going to be a matter of like momentum coming in, volume to pick up the pace, because volume has been very low. Whenever we saw Nano Dimension go up, volume was spiking every single time. We are not seeing this, so I think it's going to be it's going to take a couple days, maybe a week, to see some proper volume coming into Nano Dimension. But yeah, in general, I would say it's looking cheap. It's not looking bad. They do have a future, although maybe the share offerings that they've been doing have been kind of, people don't like that, maybe. In terms of like short term, it has a negative impact on the stock price, of course. But I'm still expecting it to be reaching that roughly $12 in the coming weeks, probably end of April. However that may express itself. Wow, look at this. Microsoft sitting at 247.8. It's still moving. It was up 1%, then it went to 1.9, now 2.2. This is crazy. What's the market cap of Amazon? 1.6 trillion. Microsoft, 1.86 trillion. These are the big boys. Apple now going to 125. Damn. It's really picking up the pace. And Tesla is going down. AI is going negative. That is just crazy. The fact that AI went negative here. Let's delete everything. Let me check the 4 hours. Maybe even the 1 hour. Oh boy. Is it gonna dump again? Oh, that'd be hilarious. It's like they got another downturn. Oof. Does it have any similarities to what we saw there? No, not really. I guess that is maybe similar. No, not even close. Downturn. Downtrend. And that was the uptrend. No, we're actually... We haven't seen this pattern before, so I think it would be too too impulsive to say that this is going to be a downtrend. It doesn't look like it. Haven't seen this before in like a month and a half. So I'm actually quite confident it's going to be returning back to the upside. For Tesla, it's now sitting at support, right? So it's using this resistance as support. Hopefully it will support, just consolidate for today and tomorrow, and then we could see some higher levels. Let's see. Somebody says, I will not touch C3.ai until it's $60 or lower. It went to $60. You had your chance. It's not going there anymore. I highly doubt that it's going to go there, especially with the market going up like this. Yeah, right. 13,494. It is about to be retesting. It actually did retest it. No, it didn't actually. Yeah, it did touch the 13,500s. We're getting there, right? So the Nasdaq is moving. It is moving, and it's moving fast. This is beautiful. One sec. Analysis on T-RON. Never heard of that. Is that I think it's a crypto, right? It's a cryptocurrency. Yeah, well, it seems like it's definitely headed up. It's possible. MACD, RSI looking good. Yeah, could be going up a little bit more. 10-20%. I mean, these cryptos are crazy. Like, they move very fast. Oh my gosh. 690. Can you please check Zomedica? Let me check. Whoa. What is happening here? Okay, breached it right there. But for the most part, it's following this downtrend, this pattern. I don't know what is happening with this company, to be honest. The market cap is about 1.2 billion. They don't have revenue. They only burn money. That's the risk you take when you buy such a company, right? It's like, if it doesn't have revenue, it could go down forever, pretty much, because they're not making anything. They're just burning. Of course, they have research and development going on, but yeah, this could keep going. Like, to be really honest, unless they get like good news, what's happening with Zomedica, this could keep going. It's going to bottom out, potentially another move to the 1.4, and then another move to the downside. But I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt. Maybe bottoms out in this zone, and then gradually goes up from there. Maybe to the 1.5. Something like that. Since you know the markets are going to be rebounding, people are going to start buying stocks without thinking. So usually, yeah, you could see some upside there. But yeah, then again, I can't really judge. I don't know what the company's doing at the moment. But it's just looking at the financials, they're not doing much in terms of. I mean, they're burning a lot of money without selling anything, and it's you know, you're IPO'd, you know, the company's on the market, you should have some revenue. What's happening with Nikola? Speaking about not having revenue, 5.1 billion market cap. It's at the lowest point since May 2020. Is it gonna go bankrupt? It can get much worse, right? One sec. No momento. Nah, I'm not gonna buy Nikola shares. Because at this price, it's like $13. It was sitting at like very high valuations. I'm not gonna say that it's gonna go back to these valuations. But I would not be surprised if we get like a turnaround very soon and it goes back to like, what, $20 per share or something. Probably in May or something like that for earnings. No, I'm not going to touch this one. Maybe it goes down, if it goes down to like $12, I might get some. Just a tiny amount. Gara, I watch all the ads all the way through to help you with the C3 depth. Wow, that is some dedication. I don't know. I think we'll be fine. Oh. One sec, there you go. Alright, it's now sitting at 694. Tesla is still kind of bottoming out in this zone. I personally think it looks kind of attractive there. That price is not bad. I don't necessarily think that it will be moving to, what, 650 or anything like that. We're kind of away from those zones. I think we will be away from those zones for a very long time. What is really strange is, like, we're seeing, AI is now going negative. Snowflake is going negative, right? So we did predict a pullback with Snowflake, but it's pulling back more than I expected. I thought maybe 234. It's now sitting at 230. Looks even... Still looks bad. I think it might be because of the Russell. It might be because of the Russell. The Nasdaq is moving, right? So the Nasdaq it's mostly going up because of big tech, right? So you got the Apple, the Microsoft, the Amazon, the Facebook, everything that is big tech is moving up substantially. You got, look at these moves: 2% on Apple, 2.7% on Google. Amazon is up a percentage point. Microsoft 2.4%. That is the reason why the Nasdaq keeps going higher. Also because of Tesla. Tesla's up 4.5%. But then you got the Russells, which is like down of 1.5%, and it's just going to keep going down, which is having a big impact here, because like AI's down, Snowflake. Let's say Snowflake doesn't impact Snowflake well. But small caps are definitely doing much, much, much worse. Like on a good day, you would not see Bionano Genomics go up 2.3%. On a good day, it goes up 10%. It goes up 15%. Because on a bad day, BNGO goes down 10%. So you would expect, today's a good day. You would expect like 10% to the upside. Which is like, hey, that's how it's supposed to be, right? Because it went down huge amounts on the bad days. So on the good days, you want to see some momentum, which we're not seeing. Because the attention has shifted away from small caps to big caps because of the risks. Palantir's flying again. Oh my gosh. That is exactly what we want to see. Whoa, it keeps going. 5.4%. There you go. I've got a €4 donation coming in from Laura Gayart. And Laura says, check CTRM. I think that's Castor Maritime. Thank you for that donation, Laura. I'll check it out in a moment. Let me just briefly check my portfolio. We're just still looking splendid. Castor Maritime. Oof. Okay, so I have an explanation for this. Don't boo me just yet. Remember the Suez Canal? Remember that? That had a big impact on the stock. All right. Because it's transportation, marine shipping. That's my excuse right now. I don't know if it's a proper excuse. It is a company that's, they do marine shipping. So there's a fundamental reason why it's down this much. All right, so let's see. I would say that it's oversold. Maybe people panic sold it. Maybe it was because of earnings. It's down 23% today. Share offering. Oh, okay, they've done a share offering. Right, I didn't know this because I can't know everything about stocks. Because I know a handful of stocks here. But for the most part, I would say that... One second, guys. All right, so I'm back. Just had to look something up. So, yeah, so share offering. It depends on like the size of that share offering. Well, if somebody has some details, because I can't see that kind of information here on TradingView. I'm gonna look it up right now. Let me check. Share offering. There you go. Castor Maritime announces pricing of 125 million. Oh gosh. Registers direct offering. And it went down 20%, 23%. So it literally diluted like half of its shares. Oh no, okay, about 1/3, almost 1/3 of its shares. It should be going down this much, right? So that is proper. But nevertheless, I think this is not a bad price. That's my opinion. I think people might be panic selling a little bit right now. Yeah, I would say a proper price for this one would be right in this zone, the 0.4, so the 40 cents. Yeah, well. So I think it could definitely go down a little bit further, just a little bit further. Maybe hit 0.43, something like this, and then see a turnaround. That's what I'm seeing. It's going to fill the gap. Most definitely it's going to fill the gap to the 0.7. But there's going to be some short-term negativity around this stock because of the fact that, well, they're offering new shares. They're diluting their current shareholders. Gara checking out the canal. Exactly. AI, look at that. It's going down 1.6%, and Palantir is going up 5.77%. It's good that Palantir is going up, because I would be not so happy just watching my stock going down, despite the markets being green. Yeah, Palantir is going up even further. This is just the beginning. I'm telling you. I am telling you, Palantir, from what I know, from what I've experienced, from what I'm seeing right now on the technicals and on the fundamentals, this is just the beginning. We're going to see some more upside with this stock. All right, let's see. Snowflake is down 2%. AI down 1.6%. For the most part, S&P is also going because of big tech. Although Apple's falling off, but yeah, Alphabet is still keeping up the move. It is groovy. What's happening with Spotify? Let's see, Spotify is 50 billion market cap. It's calmed down a bit, actually. Spotify looking quite good, actually. Netflix. Yeah, so I really don't like Netflix. Personally, it's just a personal thing. It's just the market cap is sitting at 237 billion. I don't know how much are they going to grow from here. What is Disney doing? See, I said it was going to bottom out and then move, but it didn't quite go to that level though. To be honest, I like Disney more than Netflix. Like, way more. They've got way more growth, I would say, for the long term. Palantir will be 32, like you said, Gara. Somebody says. Or maybe you'll be wrong. It hits 40. I hope I'm wrong then. That would be interesting. Oh, yo. It keeps going. It keeps going. It's up 5.8% now. 5.9%. It goes faster and faster. It's right at the resistance zone, I would say. It's kind of a psychological resistance. It's right at that zone. If it pushes through, if only. Come on. It's right at that zone. MACD cross happened recently. If it could just pass through, right? That would be phenomenal. It would go to the 25, then consolidate. It's it's up 5.7%. It's coming down now. Probably going to come down to this zone here, 24.2. If this keeps being the case. Carlos Gomez coming in with a $5 donation and says, big fan here. He says, should I give up on EBON? Opinions, please. Saludos from New Jersey. Appreciate that donation, Carlos. Thanks for the kind words. I'll check EBON. EBON. Yeah, been covering this for a while. Yeah, I was bearish on this, right? Short term, I was bearish on this one. We had a big spike and then it plummeted right away. So it spiked in the pre-market, plummeted. The reason it plummeted is like there's a lot of people that bought at $8. They just sold out right at that price, pushing it back to where it was. Yeah, I'm still thinking it's probably gonna be going sideways here to the downside, and either the markets will have to go up huge. Or, well, yeah. We do see a pattern of it just hitting the bottom here. Yeah, so it's going to bottom out very soon. If we're lucky, it bottoms out in this zone, but I'm just being conservative. I think it could go down to the 6.2 or 6.3. In any case, let me check the daily chart. Yeah, it's still looking kind of negative. I would say it's going to move down further. What does the company do? Annual revenue is like kind of like 140 to 300 to 100. It's really weird. It's Bitcoin mining machines. Okay. Well, crypto is going to be a thing, right? So it's still a thing. I think it's definitely possible for us to see another big move, another big move here. This is probably going to happen as Bitcoin goes up. So I would say eBank probably is going to bang another move to the upside, and that would probably be it for the short term. So still looking at that $10 to be reached eventually here, roughly mid to end of April. But that's my opinion on eBank. Oh my gosh, look at that. Nasdaq is pushing even further. It's sitting at 13,528 and it's still pushing higher right at my zone, which we drew this on Thursday, right? So phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. It is getting to that level, to the 13,600s. Which is quite good. It's a resistance level. I think if it passes through, we will see the 13,700s, of course. Probably the 800s at some point. But yeah, for now, I would say that would be that resistance where I would say, okay, if it hits that point, it's going to just come down. And we're going to see some either just sideways for like a couple days or actually go down there. Palantir. AI still sitting at 67.9. It is having a tough one, sitting at a 20-day moving average on 3 hours. And for the most part, it just looks bad. It doesn't look good. I cannot lie about this. if I see that the technicals are looking bad, I'll say it. It looks bad right now. In fact, if this keeps going, it looks like we're going to see another downturn. And then maybe a bounce from there. But short term, I would say, looking a bit questionable. One second, there you go. Daily did cross. RSI is still low. So we're going to have to see a bit of a reversal here. It's mostly going down because the Russell's down, right? So it's not really moving along with the Nasdaq at this point. It's mostly the Russell. It's a small cap company, so there you go. Same with Snowflake, to be honest. And Palantir's up because it has a contract coming in, and we've got a strong fundamental catalyst the 14th of April. So if it wasn't for that, we would also see probably Palantir down here. Because it's not a big tech kind of company, which that's right now the appeal. That's what people are investing in or putting their money in. Hold up, let me see what's happening here with the recovery stocks. They're still moving, yeah. Oh, we're seeing a bit of movement coming into C3.ai. Moved like a percentage point almost. What the hell? Wait, hold up. Did it reach? Okay, there you go. 13,524, and it's still moving. And who knows where it's going to end, right? This could keep going. We have seen days where the Nasdaq is up like 4%. I mean, this could definitely keep going, especially considering how low stocks were sitting for a while. C3 just bounced off the bottom Bollinger on the 30 minutes. Yeah, I saw that. It's holding that support level. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me take some profits. There you go. And let's add on to my Palantir position. I still think 24 is cheap. Like, honestly. What's happening with Mara? People talking about Mara right now. What? It's up 7.5% right after we said we would see it go up a huge amount. It's up to 52.5, up 7.6%. Beautiful. I don't think this will be the last of it. I think we're going to see way more than this. But this is going to happen as we're going to see Bitcoin move as well. So alongside of, Bitcoin, it will be moving. I don't know what the particular reason is why it's going up this much, because Bitcoin is down right now. Might be because there's the Nasdaq being up this much. Nasdaq is still pushing. It's not stopping. Tesla at 700 again. We're seeing a bit of weakness in Palantir. Just a tiny bit. It managed to hit this level, and almost instantaneously, it just dropped off. So the 24.5, and it wants to. You can see right here where that resistance is kind of like sitting at right here. You can see in the past several times it failed to pass through, and when it does pass through, it hits 25 and it falls back down. So that's why I'm thinking, like, if it passes through, it hits 25 and it will fall back down again. This has happened several times in the past, right? So it's not just this instance that we've seen. There are several instances where Palantir moves that way. Okay. Oh my god. It keeps going. Look at that. It's just green all day. Where are the bears at? You know what I mean? Like, where are the bears at? Nobody's bearish anymore. Everybody going bullish now. Or I think the bears are getting obliterated, you know? I think for the most part, if you're bearish on the market right now, you're getting absolutely destroyed. We should press an F for all the bears out there. Because they're getting just annihilated. Obliterated to oblivion. Oh, by the way, guys, make sure you tap that like button. Let's get to 250 likes. That'll be very cool. Let's pump it up the same way the market's been pumping up. I think it's kind of realistic, you know, 250 likes. Oh, there you go. BNGO going up. There you go. BNGO going up. Nano Dimension going up right now. It's pumping. Let's see. Is there anything that we're seeing that we haven't seen yet? Palantir now starting to move up even further. Good stuff. Good stuff indeed. I want to see one of those days where like Palantir goes up like 10-20%. We haven't seen those days in a while. It's been a while, yeah? I think for the most part what's happening is the Russell is rebounding. And as the Russell's rebounding, we see AI going up slightly. Snowflake is going up slightly. BNGO, Nano Dimension now going up. This is mostly because of the Russell going up. Gara, look at the size of the microvision. Well, oh no, don't tell me it's up like 50% again. Okay, it's not, but that's a ridiculous. That is a wow. The hell was that? 4 hours. That is crazy. That is nutty. That's like how much was this? How much did it go up? Like more than 30% in one day, like 40% in one day. Microvision is a great company. I checked it out. It's pretty good. They should do good. Although they have like zero revenue, but they have great products. They've got great leadership. They'll be fine. C3.ai is heading towards green. Yeah, it's good stuff. I mean, if it didn't, I mean, that would be very worrisome, you know, like it should be going green right now. At least, you know, the markets are going green. You've got the Nasdaq moving up. Look at this. Sitting at 13,540, about to be reaching that level that we talked about. If I would move this right here, exactly what we thought. And it's about to be reaching the 13,060s. 13,600, sorry, not the 60s, but 600. What's happening with the S&P? S&P is still going fast. 4,069. Wow, that is just mind-boggling. I'm telling you. Who would ever expect this to be happening, right? So, like, but yeah, it's happening right now as we speak. All-time highs, and it's just going to keep going. You know, we're in a pandemic. Economy is going to be reopening. We had the Suez Canal being stuck. We had a freaking super large hedge fund just busted. We've got the whole GME situation. Yields went up and everything. Despite all of it, S&P going to all-time highs. Dow Jones going to all-time highs. The Nasdaq now moving up as well. Let's see. Especially, I think recovery stocks are looking especially good. Oh, we reached the 250 likes. Thank you so much, everybody. Appreciate it. Now let's get to 300 likes. You've got to move the bar. You know what I mean? All right, so wow, Google, what the hell? It's up 3% today. A big mega cap. Google up 3%. That is just nutty. That is just crazy. I think we could still reach the 2,250s, but it's almost. It is about to be reaching 2,200. Alphabet to the moon. Somebody says I only have one Gmail account. If not, I'll press a few more likes. That's hilarious. That's why the whole market jumped. Let's see. Well, the market is jumping because of big tech, primarily, I would say. I mean, their market caps together is like 6 trillion or something, at least. Really close to that. And if those are the companies that are going up in price, well, yeah. You're going to see other companies not up as much in comparison. I mean, it's mostly being carried by big tech. Let's be really honest there. Including Tesla being up like 6%. Inana Jiba coming in with a $3 donation that says, what do you think about Neo and CLSK? Clean Spark. Thank you. Thank you. Let me check. Okay, so Clean Spark. Last time we checked it, it was going up, right? So we were quite positive about this. And now we're seeing a bit of a downturn. Now, why is that? It's a small cap, right? So Russell's is down, so Clean Spark is down. That makes a lot of sense. So we were wrong about this one because we didn't taking. I would have to say I did not take in account the fact that we don't. Russell goes down, Clean Spark also goes down because the valuation does matter. I think it could go down a little bit further if that's the case. To be honest. There's still that $26.5 target that I have on it. 1 hour is going down. 4 hours, not exactly. Daily chart is pushing upwards. Yeah, if anything, it looks like we're going to see some more sideways movements. Some more of that sideways. So maybe even something like this. Yeah, pretty much. This is because the Russells is not looking that bullish, right? So it's still looking kind of bearish. Yeah, I'm looking at that gap fill. It should be doable, right? Yeah, it's going to be mostly dependent on what the Russell is going to do. The Russell plummets like 2%. It goes down a little bit further, but at the end of the day, I don't think it's going to keep going down here. Maybe for a couple more days, but after that, I would expect it to bottom out, and we would see some more upside pressures. Oh, let's say this would be a better estimate here. Kind of bottom out, then rally up to the 26.8. Fill the gap, then potentially go down again to the 25. Yeah, so Neo. Yeah, well, Neo, I'm not changing my mind here. It looks the same as the Clean Spark one. It's consolidating right now. $40 per share, 51 billion market cap, hitting resistance. Yeah, so probably, yeah, same thing that I said before. Just move to the $45, $46, the upper resistance, and then see it drop down slightly to maybe... I think from there it could keep going. As we get closer to earnings, it's going to look a lot better for Neo. Isn't April like the most bullish month of the year? Why miss out? Yeah, well, it is. April is generally speaking the more bullish one. Okay, so let's check some factors. Palantir's falling again. Palantir falling. What's happening to AI? Falling slightly. Interesting. And whoa, Nasdaq still not stopping. It's about to be reaching the 13,600. It's very close. Might not quite reach that level yet, I'd say. There you go. It would be cool if it reaches it today, but I think it could reach it tomorrow instead. I am literally the only person sneezing in the spring. Nasdaq isn't updating. Yeah, it isn't. The price here is not updating, but the price there is updating. So the graph is updating, but this for some reason is not updating. It's really weird. You kind of have you kind of get like a love and hate relationship with TradingView. You like the charts, but it's not updated all the time. Palantir is definitely updating. Look at that, 5.3% to the upside. It is still looking good. Mara is going up like crazy. Yeah, I saw. It is good stuff. %10%, right? So it's gonna most definitely gonna see some resistance soon, because it's sitting at all-time highs. One second. Do I see the same kind of chart here? No. It's not useful. The Nasdaq is at 1.4%. That is crazy. I'm expecting a bit of a downturn coming in very soon. It's going to top out at any given moment at this zone. It's going to top out. It's going to come back like 100 points. Most probably. What's happening to Gamestop? Whoa, Gamestop is filling the gap almost instantaneously. Sitting at 183. That is just crazy. They're doing a share offering and it just doesn't matter. Yeah, Tesla's going to bounce very soon. It's going to just consolidate here for a moment or two, and we're going to see some proper momentum to the upside. I am telling you, it's going to look very good. But so far, it's just filling the gap partially. It's looking for support, and we're going to get it very soon. If the market moves lower, Tesla's definitely going to go to the 680s before it bounces. Because the technicals are not necessarily super bullish. It's just like, hey, if the market stays green, yeah, we could see more green on Tesla's behalf. Gara, you can use Webull Desktop even if you're not in the US. I used to do my desktop training view, and it's much more limited. Well, if that's the case, I might take a look at that. We'll see. I mean, the platform with the most candles wins, right? I'm kidding. Whoa, Microsoft is up 3%. Look at that. It is going bananas. We're hitting all-time highs on Microsoft right now. Microsoft, 3% almost. Google, 3% to the upside. And Google hit 2,000. It got close to hitting 2,200. Apple is hitting 125.5, up 2% as well. Darn it, look at that. It's following the arrow. It always follows the arrow. AI down. Snowflake down. Palantir sitting at resistance currently, but about to be moving down slightly. AI is actually up. Never mind. AI is up 0.8%. It's moving upwards now. Up a percentage point even. Yeah, there you go. There you go. There you go. It's bouncing up. Good news for AI. Angel Garcia coming in with a $2.5 donation says, "Can you check CCL?" Oh, sure. Sure thing. Thank you for the donation. Let me check. So huge move up. It's 25. Downturn. Huge move up. Downturn. Okay. Okay. Yeah, the economy is really reopening up very soon, so. It is all going to depend on like how fast is the economy going to be opening up here? How fast? And since, given that usually you see these big moves happening at low RSI and not the higher RSI levels, I'm thinking this bad boy is going to top out very, very soon. It's going to top out. It's going to come down probably. So CCL probably going to top out soon. If anything, fill the gap to the downside and then potentially move this way. Something like that, right? So along those lines. And then maybe hit the 30, 35 zone. That could be very well possible there. But yeah, only chart or only time frame that's looking actually good is the daily time frame. The other ones are looking pretty bad because we've seen such a large, I would say, pile of capital coming into the company. At least the shares. I mean, it went up huge, like 50% in the last. For a value stock, that's a lot, or like a recovery value play. What happened to Palantir? Palantir's going up slightly. Not a whole lot happening there. All right, markets are green. That is solid. Checking Market Watch right now. Yeah, C3.ai is slightly going up now. Thankfully. It's been a while. It has definitely been a while. Gosh. Whoa. Hold up. It's still going. So the Nasdaq is now... It's sitting at 13,545. It is like so close to hitting my target, which is the 13,600s. It's getting very close to that level. I'll be very afraid though, because if it hits that level, it's going to probably almost instantaneously drop like a percentage point. It's not going to be a bad thing. It's just going to correct for the big move that we're seeing. I mean, it went from... It went from 12,800 to 13,550. That is a big, big move on the Nasdaq, right? So it will correct for that. Which, like I said, is going to look something like this. Hits that level, comes down, tiny push to the upside, comes down again. That's what I'm still expecting. Just going to put it there, see what happens. It's going to probably not going to do the same thing there, but it will get close to that. Will Tesla hit... Wait, what's that? Will Tesla hit 800s? I think it will. I think it will. $800 is possible. Oh, what is happening here? C3.ai is sitting at 70 again. It went from negative 1.6% or something to like positive 1.7% in a matter of like 30 minutes or something. That is so weird. So yeah, it's sitting at 70 now. C3.ai is sitting at 70. Reverse head and shoulders just could pop on the break of 700. Interesting. Yeah, Tesla does look very good. It looks very, very good right now. Lots of potential there. All right. I'm just checking the live chat over here. He just ignored my spam for donation. Why ignore spam? Yeah, that makes sense. What did we say about Fubo? Fubo TV. Said it would bounce, but the Russells are down, and Fubo is kind of a small cap. So yeah, we're gonna have to wait for the Russell to calm the hell down. But nevertheless, I do think it's gonna be bouncing. It's at the lower level of this bearish channel. It's gonna take a couple days though. Alright guys, I think I'm going to wrap up the live stream right now, right here. We've been live roughly 2 hours. Markets have been very green so far. Been looking very, very good. I think it could keep going a slight bit further, and I'm pretty much thinking that it's going to drop very soon as well. So this is not going to last. I don't think we're going to be staying in Wonderland. There's going to be some negativity coming in very soon. Although I don't think it's going to be as negative as people are fearing it to be. It's going to probably be like down like a percentage point a day. That's only fair. We've seen a lot of upside on the short term, so it's, you know, seeing a correction would make a lot of sense. All right, so all of our favorite stocks are going up, which is fantastic. Big tech is up, recovery stocks are up, banking stocks, kind of sideways. Value stocks are doing good as well. I think today will be a great day. As I said, no market crash. Stocks are now going green in the month of April, which is usually the most bullish month. All right, I'm going to link you guys to the Discord. Discord community link is also in the description, but I'm going to link you guys in the live chat so you can join. There you go. All right. And also, if you would like to donate and support the channel, there is a Patreon link in the live chat as well. There you go. You can donate there and get exclusive benefits, which, to be honest, I have not been that active on Patreon recently, and it's been due to the fact that I had some health issues, and, well, I don't have those issues anymore, so I'll be more active on Patreon. I'll be creating buy and sell signals, lists for stocks and equities in general. My public account, I'll be showing it there. And there's just many other benefits like live streams and consultations that are available through Patreon. So definitely check it out. It will be in the live chat and description. Link for the Patreon and the description. Let's see. Darn it. Pounds are going down now. C3I goes up. Palantir goes down. All right. All right, guys. Have a good one. I'll be back in about 3 hours. In 3 hours, we're going to be back covering stocks. For some reason, I didn't notice that there's like this white field right here, which is whatever. I think I can easily fix that. But yeah, I'll be back in a couple hours. Do make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you can be there for the next live stream. It's going to be very exciting. I'll be making some predictions for this whole week as well for particular stocks like Palantir, like Tesla, and many more. So I'll see you guys in a couple hours. Subscribe to the channel.